Spreadsheet Gaming. Today I'm going to be making another video on Grim Dawn, and I'm going to be talking about the Conjurer class. If you are an old-time gamer, or at least game with a lot of other MMOs, you may refer to this as its better known, or its D&D name, Summoner. And pretty much what that's dealing with is a character whose primary damage, and I would dare say 98% of your damage, is all going to be through your pets. Now, let me jump right into this as being a very hard class in this game to set up. This is probably one of the last characters that I worked on building. It took me a very long time to get the proper gear, and I'll show that to you right now. Here's why. You have a few sets of gear that are going to help you with specifically your pets. This one you probably have a good chance of getting. These are very good, even at level 46. I still use these and I'll continue. Over here, this is the Black Grimoire of Pesh. This allows you to summon another character, a permanent summon, as long as you have the book. That is a blue, of course. This item is the Crown of Command. Helps bonus to all your pets. And of course, this is really a really nice item for at least level 40, but if you're starting out the character, obviously it's going to take you a little while to get there. And this is really nice with its bonus. The real issue that you're dealing with here is when you are looking for drops, the really good drops for building a summoner class, almost all of them are going to be yellow random drops. As you can see here, this is a 32 damage. This is a 48 total damage. This belt here is 37. This up here is a 35. And even if you get reputation with the other factions, chances are their blue items are not going to be as good as any of the yellow items you get, which is why you don't see me wearing any of them. I have some pretty good reputation right now, and I just don't buy those items. So it's going to be primarily really lucky drops that you get. Over here, it's also expensive. If you're going to want to summon another pet, a permanent summon, you're going to be trying to build the Relic Savage that allows you to summon the Stormhound. So again, you've got a difficult set of gear to get. The green items that I found, these were bought with reputation. The Rauri shoulder pad and the Rauri cuirass. I hope I'm saying that right. So there's your gear and there's your outlook. If you want to build a Conjurer class or Summoner class, be prepared to be really patient if you want it to really do its good damage. And I kind of call this an endgame character because there's so many other characters that technically I think you have to play to really get the gear to build this up. And I think it's within good reason too, simply due to the fact that this character does have so much power, so much damage potential, and so much damage output that it's kind of nice that this character is difficult to make. Sometimes when I'm playing the character, I almost feel like I'm running a cheat code. My creatures are set too aggressive, they run ahead of me and just obliterate everything in their path. So that's on gear. I'm going to jump over here to the pets. I have one here, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on to 5 pets here, and that brings me to the pets and what I do and don't have. I do not have temporary pets, such as things that you can get with various blades that summon pets for 40 or 50 seconds, and the cooldown times are utterly ridiculous. I do not personally like it because while you're waiting for that cooldown time to finish up, that whole item, whether it is a sword or whether it's a pair of gloves, is entirely useless for any other reason. It's only for that one brief amount of time. I prefer to wear a set of gear that is going to permanently enhance my pets and help me all the time. Again, that's your choice, but that's what I prefer to go with. If you want to go with the Stormhound, you're going to want to make that Savage Relic and pretty much stick with it with the rest of the game. And it's pretty good because no other relic gives a creature like that that's permanent. And you personally aren't doing damage or that much damage, so it's even better. You don't really need to build up a relic that allows you to do personal massive damage. You don't want to do personal damage. Anyway, I'll get to that in a moment. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So I went with permanent pets instead of temporary pets. Now I'm on to builds here. Of course, we deal with a shaman. The shaman is going to allow you to summon your Hellhound. It's really important. After a lot of debate, I finally got the familiar and only put one point in it for now and bumped it all the way up in lightning. rest of this is all up to personal opinion, whatever you want, but personally, I've used to run all these things up to maximum, and it would seem like just a big waste of points, especially seeing that the healing really didn't do that much for keeping the characters alive, and the pet did not split very well between healing and damaging. So I'd either, if I was going to have it, I would have either one or the other. So I'm having it work on its lightning right now. I have Dreeg's Evil Eye. I have only 1 point, and I brought this down here, and the reason I have 1 point in that is to help me with my devotion. I have not really specialized in a devotion skill yet, but this allows you to do a hit that is not going to draw aggro. For anybody that is not familiar with the word aggro is any strike that draws attention away from your pets, which you don't want to do, and brings the attention on you. If you'll notice at level 46, I'm running at 31.9 health. I'm pretty squishy, even with what I've got. If you really want to wear gear to help your pets, you're going to end up kind of squishy like I am. So you want your enemies to be focused on your pets. You do not want to do any major damage, or they're going to look on you and beat you into the ground. Next thing you definitely don't ever want to get is do not ever get Bloody Pox, not even 1 point. This is, I have noticed, probably one of the highest aggro drawing spells in the game. Toss that thing on, and even if your pet is doing 5,000 damage a shot, and this only does 36 damage a shot, you can guarantee everyone is going to turn on you, and you'll be running around screaming your head off, and the pets are going to be running around trying to beat the enemies that are trying to beat you, and it's just a disaster. So I highly recommend never even touch this item. Don't even use it if you're in a conjurer. So that's what I have here. It's all up to you on how you want to use these things, and what you want to do with your pets here. Of course, Shaman is the next one. This allows you to have the Briar Thorn, and fantastic pet, really does great damage. And this is the real key that I've noticed is great. Yes, you can summon your pets, but when you get in some really nasty battles, those pets can tend to die rather quickly. So, if you are waiting for a cooldown and your pet dies off and you're in the middle of a giant boss fight, you're in a bad predicament because you obviously are doing no damage. So, what I've done is I pull up the Wendigo totem and I throw this down at the pet's feet when they get into major fights, and it heals all those pets like you can't believe. For that reason also, I don't even bother about my Raven healing. It's not even worth the effort. The Wendigo totem just does a spectacular job of keeping them healed for major bosses. I tried Wind Devil, but again, I really personally just cannot get into temporary assistants that help you out and vanish. When I am trying to figure out what to do with my pets, I'm watching all their health bars, I'm trying to manage them. The last thing I want to be doing is watching cooldowns and trying to cast Wind Devil and keep these things up and going. It just gets to be too much of a hassle. So there's the build, there's the gear, there's an overall talk, and what to get and what not to get, or at least what I do. So have fun with it, and just have a great time with it. It's a fun build. I'm going to jump through Portal here quickly and show you somewhat what these pets can do, and then I'll call it after that. So where should I go? I think I'll step over here, Rotting Croplands. Yes, it's not very high necessarily, but this ought to give you a good, somewhat of an idea about what's going on. Oh yeah, good. They're only about one level higher than me, so. Seems like you always run into 2 or 3 moms at a time when you're trying to make a video. But when you're running by yourself and trying to get somewhere, you're mobbed by everybody in the last road. There we go. I Alright, well, I won't keep you much longer. I know you all want to go out there and probably try your own builds. If you have any other advice, if you have any suggestions, anything you'd like to try, or things that you found to be helpful, effective gear, go ahead and please leave comments below, or ask questions about it. Like I said, in another video, I've been playing this since only the first act was out, so